The city throbbed, a living entity in its evening frenzy. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the city came alive with a vibrant energy, a pulse that could be felt in every corner. Cars honked, their headlights cutting through the dusk, illuminating the streets in a dance of light and shadow. The cacophony of engines and horns created a symphony of urban life. The air hummed with the murmur of countless conversations, a symphony of urban chaos. Voices blended together, creating a tapestry of sound that told 1,000 stories. The sidewalks overflowed with people, each one a part of the city's heartbeat. They moved with purpose, their footsteps a steady rhythm on the concrete. Suits hurried homeward, their faces etched with the day's stress, the weight of their responsibilities visible in their hurried strides and furrowed brows. Shoppers laden with bags navigated the crowds, their faces a mix of satisfaction and fatigue. They wheeled through the throng, each step a testament to their day's endeavors. And amidst this orchestrated chaos, she walked, a solitary figure in the sea of humanity, her presence both a part of and apart from the crowd. Her footsteps were light, her stride purposeful, as she moved with a quiet confidence, her destination clear in her mind. As she was heading home, her thoughts already there, her mind oblivious to the danger lurking in the shadows. The city's pulse continued around her, unaware of the silent threat that followed her every step. He watched her from across the street, his eyes cold and calculating. He was a shadow himself, blending seamlessly into the darkness of a storefront entrance. His gaze was predatory, assessing her every move. He noted the way her purse hung loosely from her shoulder. He sized her up. Small. Probably weak. She wouldn't be a problem. A cruel smile played on his lips. Tonight, luck was on his side. Tonight, she would be his ticket to an easy score. Ishasi thought, she never saw him coming. One minute she was walking, lost in thought, her mind wandering through the events of the day. The next, her purse was gone, snatched away in an instant. The force of it nearly knocked her off balance, sending her stumbling forward. It all happened in the blink of an eye, too quickly to register. Disbelief warred with shock as she tried to comprehend what had just occurred. Her heart hammered against her ribs, her breath catching in her throat, a mix of fear and adrenaline surging through her veins. Then anger surged through her, hot and fierce, igniting a fire within her. "Stop! Thief!" she screamed, her voice barely audible above the city's din, drowned out by the cacophony of urban life. But he was already running, her purse clutched tightly in his hand, disappearing into the crowd with alarming speed. She looked around frantically, hoping someone would help, but the city moved on, indifferent to her plight. Determined not to be a victim, she took a deep breath and started to chase after him, her eyes fixed on his retreating figure. He darted across the street, weaving between cars, adrenaline propelling him forward. He could hear her shouts behind him, muffled by the traffic, but he didn't dare look back. His eyes darted left and right, searching for an escape route, an alleyway, anything to lose himself in the labyrinthine city. Just a little further, he thought, his lungs burning, and then everything went black. The screech of brakes, the sickening thud, the feeling of being thrown through the air. It all happened in a heartbeat. A collective gasp arose from the gathering crowd, a wave of shock rippling through the sea of faces. The city, usually bustling with the mundane, was now a stage for an unexpected drama. A people rushed to the scene, their faces a mix of shock and morbid curiosity. Whispers spread like wildfire, each person trying to piece together the story from fragmented observations. He lay sprawled on the asphalt, his body twisted at an unnatural angle. The pain was excruciating, but it was the realization of his predicament that truly paralyzed him. He could hear sirens in the distance, growing closer. The sound was both a promise of help and a reminder of the consequences that awaited him. The world spun, his vision blurring in and out of focus. Each heartbeat echoed in his ears, a relentless reminder of his fragile state. And in that moment of pain and clarity, he realized the depth of his mistake. Regret washed over him, mingling with the physical agony, creating a cocktail of despair. Through the haze, he saw her. Her figure was a beacon in his disoriented state, a stark contrast to the chaos around him. She stood there, her face pale but resolute, her eyes filled not with fear, but with a strange sense of vindication. It was as if she had been waiting for this moment, a silent witness to his downfall. She bent down, retrieving her purse from where it had fallen beside him. Her movements were deliberate, almost ceremonious, as if reclaiming something more than just a lost item. And as the wail of sirens grew louder, she walked away, disappearing into the crowd, lighter somehow, as if a weight had been lifted from her shoulders. The city swallowed her up, but the impact of her presence lingered, a testament to the power of karma's grip.